On March 24, 1863, Harriet Buss, a 37-year-old teacher from Sterling, Massachusetts, arrived in Beaufort, South Carolina to work as a teacher for freed people. Harriet had been teaching white children in New England and the Midwest for more than a decade. Now she would see teaching in a new light as she sought to help former slaves prepare for lives in freedom. Over the next few months, Harriet lived at the Mission House in Beaufort.
The mission house stands on the shore. There is just the width of a broad street between us and the water at high tide. The channel for boats between this city and Hilton Head is right in front of us, a few rods out, and the landing place is not more than 20 or 30 rods from us. Harriet Buss.
While working in Beaufort, South Carolina, Harriet had the opportunity to meet several notable Civil War figures that she writes about in her letters. These people include Jim Montgomery, Rufus Saxton, Harriet Tubman, and one of the most notable figures she meets is Robert Smalls.
On May 13, 1862, Robert Smalls and several other South Carolina slaves had captured the CSS Planter in Charleston and sailed her to the Union fleet, achieving their own freedom in the process. Smalls soon became a celebrity in the North. When he returned to Beaufort, Harriet welcomed Smalls and his children to her school.
I have Robert Smalls for a private scholar now. He comes to the house every afternoon. He will soon learn to read and write.
In her letters home, Harriet offers information on Smalls that has never been seen by Smalls' biographers.
Robert thinks these Southern women are worse than the men. He says if he had his way, he wouldn't leave one of them alive to tell the tale. He says, too, that one of the greatest reasons of their being so opposed to having the colored people free, they're afraid the colored men will marry their daughters. But he thinks if the colored men were all like him, there wouldn't be much danger. The Southern women would never get married if they waited for such as he.
Harriet was impressed by how quickly Smalls was learning, and she appears to have developed an attachment to his 5-year-old daughter, Elizabeth.
His little girl is in my school, and she's as pretty a child as any white child I ever had in school. She's well dressed and always looks neat and clean. I should really like to bring her home with me. I don't believe there's a person in Sterling who would not say she was a pretty-looking and pretty-behaved little girl.
Over the next decade, Harriet also taught freed people in Hilton Head, South Carolina, Norfolk, Virginia, and Raleigh, North Carolina, where she helped found Shaw University. To learn more about Harriet Buss and the students she taught, order My Work Among the Freedmen, The Civil War and Reconstruction Letters of Harriet M. Buss, published by the University of Virginia Press in October 2021.